Rep.
Good afternoon. You talked about what is a bridge too far for the United States involving Ukraine. But how do you say no when Zelensky comes before the Congress virtually tomorrow and he's going to ask for specific things? I'm going to come down hard, asking for no-fly zones. How do you say we're going to help you, but?
Well, my guess is that everything he's going to request is something we ought to be doing. And so my individual response to that would be yes. Unfortunately, the administration keeps on dragging its heels. Even when they do the right thing, they do it too late. And the administration needs to get the message. We need to help the Ukrainians in every conceivable way, and we need to do it right now. Not only us, but our NATO allies, who seem to be way more anxious to help the Ukrainians than this administration.
So you're convinced that his requests are all, syncopata with what you're saying. He's not going to ask for a no-fly zone. He's not going to whipsaw Congress.
He already knows that the U.S. is not going to engage directly in Ukraine. We are not going to enforce a no-fly zone in Ukraine. But there are a lot of weapons that are extremely effective in controlling the air. A good example of that are the MiGs that the Poles were anxious to send to Ukraine, which the administration apparently discouraged them from doing.
So, Leader McConnell, just to follow up,
would you support sanctions against China if they help Russia evade Western sanctions, or whether they send military hardware to Russia?
Look, I think we are open to applying any pressure we possibly can, not only on Russia, but those who try to help Russia.
Leader McConnell, will you insist on changes to the House-passed bill, the energy ban? Will you insist on changes to that bill or any legislation to force the administration's hand on the Ukraine aircraft issue?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. I haven't met anybody in the Senate who's not in favor of seeing those MiGs get into Ukraine. Exactly how to make that happen is still under discussion.
You said this morning in your floor speech that the Soft on Crime Brigade is supporting Judge Jackson's nomination, but I'm wondering how you reconcile that statement with the FOP, all the other police and law enforcement groups that have endorsed Judge Jackson.
I was just talking about some of her support groups, and they're always anxious to talk about groups that support our nominees when we have a Republican president. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.